what it means to be an American. America is freedom, and freedom is special and rare.
We, the people of this great nation.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
We, the people of this great nation.
Good morning, my fellow Americans. How are you guys doing today? I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing splendid. So today was the first day of the Supreme Court Justices' hearings. And interesting enough, as I've said to my audiences, on my live audiences, because I also, guys, if you don't know this, I stream live. I also stream live videos on twitch.tv/The Republican Nation. But yes, I was telling everybody what they're not going to focus on her religion, because they already tested it out. They tested the waters and they saw that it was a bad reaction from people attacking someone's religion. So I told everybody, listen, they're going to start attacking the Republicans and Donald Trump. And that's exactly what they did. And they started mentioning how it's unconstitutional, but out of 44 presidents, I believe half of them have had on an election year nominated a candidate. Lucky for us, we have a Republican Senate and a Republican president, and hopefully a Republican future president. See, the thing is, this was a shit show, what we saw today. It was a complete and utter shit show. And I saw it firsthand. I knew this was coming, but I think they're going to lay back a little bit because of the fact that it's an election year and we're 3 weeks away from the election. So they're going to slow it down. They're not going to be so aggressive because they saw what happened last time with Kavanaugh. They saw what happened. They started attacking him, and what happened? What was the end result? The American people voted Republicans for the Senate, and they lost the Senate majority. So they're going to try to prevent that from happening. Now, granted, we have a very tough battle ahead of us. Lindsey Graham is one of them that has a pretty tough road. His opponent just raised more money than any senator has ever raised. There's a lot of seats for grabs, the possibilities. Susan Collins from Maine is a possibility as well to toss up. So we should be scared in the direction this country's headed to. I am. That being said, I want to send a clear message to you guys who listen to me. One, a vote for Biden is a vote to destroy this country. I'm not going to sit here and lecture you and tell you why you should vote for Trump. It's obvious. And if you want to vote for Biden, this is a democracy. This is a free country. You can go right ahead. Look at what's going on in these Democratic ran cities. Nothing's changed. It just gets worse. Education levels are at the worst. Crime rates are at their highest. Is that what you want for your city? Is that what you want for your country? Everybody's dream is to just live a happy life. A life of prosperity. A life of freedom. A life where you could provide for your family and where you have a retirement once you get old, because the stock markets are doing good and you've accumulated money through your hard work. Nobody expects anything. As Americans, we never expect anything for free. Unfortunately, there is a group that does, which is the left, which is a socialist group that we have currently moving. It's a movement that's happening right now, and this has to be nipped in the butt as quickly as possible, because this is going to be detrimental to our country. I try to raise my son with proper values. I want him to think for himself. I don't want him to just follow in my footsteps, but I want him to learn history the way history was, not the way history wants Democrats to be. This wasn't a country that was just built off of hate. This is a country that was built off of patriots, love, and more importantly, off unity. Does this country have a bad past? Absolutely. Does it have a great past? Yes, it does. Have we moved forward in life? Absolutely. We have the civil rights movement, abolishment of slavery, women's rights to vote. We have the best constitution. We are singly the best country in the world, without a doubt. Never forget that. Never forget that there's a reason why people cross the border to come over here. Never forget why our country is the country that everybody comes to seek opportunity. because we are the greatest country. And Donald Trump, all he's done is reminded us of that. And he's actually made promises and he's kept them. And you know what? That has the Democrats freaking out. They're not used to that. They're used to making empty promises. Apparently Joe Biden doesn't ever have to answer tough questions. Apparently Joe Biden can just go freely and live in his basement and try to win an election. I can tell you one thing. I'm looking at numbers. It may show Biden with an advantage, but I can tell you the momentum's on Trump's side. I've never seen a full audience for Biden, even if he tried. I've never seen an audience as big as Donald Trump's for Bernie Sanders. So, anyways, today was a shit show. It was a complete shit show. It was a disgrace to our democracy. We all know what a Supreme Court justice's job is, which is to follow the Constitution and the law. Their religious faith or their personal views should not matter. Now, I'm going to explain to you why it's important. The Supreme Court justice is so important. Although they keep threatening us on the fact that Donald Trump wants to get rid of Obamacare, and that's their threat to try to scare people. And that's why they want that's their whole playing field for Joe Biden to be president. Let me explain to you how dangerous it could be if they overpack or they add Supreme Court justices. They start confirming liberal Supreme Court justices. What happens? When something doesn't go through the Senate, they send it to court. And then they no longer need things to go through the Senate, because the Supreme Court's always going to rule in their favor. And we do not hire politicians to be Supreme Court justices. We hire non-biased people that are going to follow the Constitution and the law. And there is no better candidate than Barrett. I saw her opening speech. She did a magnificent job. They won't be able to attack her on character or on her religious beliefs, because they already know that is not popular. So they're going to attack the Republicans and the way they went about this. Now, Kamala Harris might be able to get away with these lies on quotes from Abraham Lincoln, which we know he never said or never did, because the media will they'll never fact check her. They'll only fact check Donald Trump. We know this already. And that's just the world that we're living in. But on November 3rd, we, the silent majority, need to go out there, vote, and vote red all the way. Our democracy counts on it. Our country's counting on it. The future of our kids are counting on it. There's a lot at stake in this election. A lot at stake. And I'm not exaggerating this either, because I'm not one that likes to exaggerate things, but the movement that's going on right now with socialism, we're seeing what's happening in Seattle, in Portland. It's a dangerous playing field we're on right now. There's a lot of violence out there. There's a lot of censorship for Republicans. There's a lot of people trying to quiet the voices. This is not normal. It is not normal for an entire country, the corporate elites, the Hollywood elites, the majority of the Democrats, everybody to be against the president. This is not normal. There's something wrong here. They have an agenda. And just the way they cover the media, the way the media covers news, it's opinionated. It's no longer news like it was before. That's why they've lost all credibility. So to end this, I will tell you guys, I have a lot of cool things coming up. I have some new equipment that I purchased, so the shows are going to be much more entertaining. I will be having a special guest, somebody that's very, very big in the political world, and I'm very excited to have him on my show. He will be attending soon. And I want to tell you guys, I'm going to make this, I'm setting this up. It's just going to get bigger and bigger, and with your support, if you guys can spread the word about my podcast. Listen, I'm just your average American talking politics. I'm not well-spoken. I'm rough on the edges. But this is who I am. And this is what most Americans are like. We're just Americans. We're just people with opinions. And we do our own fact-checking. We do our own research. And we come to conclusions. I believe in common sense politics. Which is pretty much, if it makes sense, it's a good political move. That's the way I look at it. And so far, Biden makes no sense. One, with his language, he doesn't make sense just verbally. And second of all, just the fact that they're pampering him so much makes me realize so much more that this man is not fit to be the leader of our nation, our great nation. He doesn't have the stamina, he doesn't have the wit, and most importantly, he's being led by a socialist movement. He's being a puppet for the radical left. And this is all things we need to think about. Remember, do not base your vote on what I say. Do not base your vote on what the media says. Base your vote on what you see with your own eyes, and base your vote on what's going to better you and your family and your country. And you will be satisfied with the conclusion that you come up with. And you will know what the right choice is. God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless this beautiful country we call America.